Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. My name is Spanj and I am in the EX-01 Earth Mover, which is this has just come out of nowhere, because this is the thing with running a multiplayer Let's Play, is that we've got a lot of guys working for you, basically, which is nice. So I'm in the Earth Mover, not because we're digging up deposits, because I've already said that we're not digging up deposits, are we? Because we want these things to do it for us, these Autominers. I'm out here at a Promethean deposit on our starting planet, and essentially what I want to try and do is build a base around this deposit. And we've got a relatively flat mountaintop area here, which is great. It's going to give our turrets great firing arcs and everything like that. But I do want to build a little bit of the base, some of the base underground here, under this sort of this earth here. So I sort of started digging a tunnel. I thought I was on the fixed mode thing, which is Shift O, and it makes the hover vessel go super slowly, but it makes digging tunnels and stuff a lot easier. Or that's, in theory, it should flatten it quite nicely according to whatever hover height you're at. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Is just kind of dig into this, some nice flat tunnels, and I might do several just to sort of like maybe throw the enemy off a little bit. Say, hey look, we've got all these different tunnels. Which one has got the entrance in it? I don't know. But essentially on top of this mountain I want to build a giant castle type structure, fortress of fortresses, that's going to look after those Autominers and turn that Promethean into useful things like fuel cells and stuff. It's going to require a bit of logistics, because the most effective fuel cells obviously being fusion, you need water. I think I've gone slightly off centre, as I noticed it turn. I have, look, you notice that? Also noticed that this thing continues to drill even without holding the trigger down, which is quite cool. And is that, I had to press O again because I think that was going down. I don't know how far to go as well. I think that'll probably do. But this is this new fixed drill mode thing that helps you drill tunnels and stuff. The EX-01 Earth Mover here isn't Alpha 10 updated or anything, but it seems to be handling quite nicely. Well, of course it would. It's built by me. Haha! Right, let's get out of this bloody tunnel. Yeah, we're going to have to reverse all the way out, aren't we? This could be interesting. You can't see where you're going. There we go. That's helpful. Catch it slightly and it just stops. Anyway, so there we go. That's tunneling. That's quite good. That's quite neat and tidy, yeah. So now I suppose let's just keep drilling until we've got a few more tunnels and corridors and stuff like that, and we can actually start laying some concrete. Before I do that though, let's just park up next to these Autominers a second. What I have with me is a bunch of portable constructors, because I figure that I can lay these down, and using the Earth Mover, which is gathering a crap ton of crushed stone as we drill out, you know, a mountainside, we can actually get these portable constructors working on concrete for us. Concrete blocks like that, and so that when we are ready to start building the base, we should have hopefully thousands of concrete blocks ready to go. That's the theory, and that's the plan anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and drill now for a while. I suspect a long old while. You notice I bought some Promethean with me as well, so that I can fuel stuff. I mean, possibly didn't need to, because these badgers should have a fair old amount in them. So that's that. One thing I didn't explain before was that Promethean is actually the primary trade resource in this multiplayer scenario. As in, instead of using gold or credits, we actually use Promethean, because the way I designed the server is that the PvE guys, the guys that have all the resources. So while we've got 0 iron deposits now apparently, apart from that one right there. Oh no, iron. Yeah, I don't know what's happened here. So we've only got 2 deposits of the common ones, but those guys in the PvE have got a lot more of the common resources and the rare, but they don't have any Promethean deposits, so they're going to be starved for Promethean. But the good news is we have lots of it, so if we want any of the other ores and stuff, we trade them Promethean. That's the idea. Anyway, it's a useful commodity that gets used, that they genuinely need, whereas gold is, well, it has limited use, really limited use. So that's the idea anyway. Right, back to drilling. Alright, so through a bit of digging, I have produced some kind of tunnel thing. I figure this is probably going to be a good place for HVs to enter the base, down a nice sort of nice long-ish tunnel. I'll have some defenses at the end. I'll patch these holes up with the filler tool, and then we have the actual parking for a couple of hover vessels down here, and then the actual internals of the base down through that tunnel there. So yeah, we've done a bit of digging, not too much. Yeah, we're about ready to actually place the base blocks, the starter block, which I'm going to place just next to the Autominers themselves for now, and then I'll move the core later once I actually start building out. But the first thing I need to do is build some kind of chamber-esque type thing around the Autominers themselves to keep them nice and secure, but to also allow for more Autominers to be placed. So let's first of all, let's connect to our thing. We've got 300 in there, that's fine for now. I've put some ingots and stuff I stole from the faction base so that I can actually get my constructor in the earth mover here. We can actually access it. There we go. We can actually get him to build things like constructors and stuff. The only thing I do need, and I forgot to bring with me, is plant fiber so that I can make carbon substrate. So I might need to go out and chop some trees down, but that's fine because the earth mover is excellent as that as well. These bugs keep finding their way up this mountain and keep harassing me. There's an entire forest down there we can go chop down later. Cool, let's get on with it then. Some chatting about it and actually do it. Yeah, the base is going to work on northeast, southwest now, can't they? So this kind of sucks. And also elevation. Let's see if I can get this right. If I place core, if I place a core, this tunnel sucks. It's on the completely wrong angle. Are you seeing this? Oh dear. Oh well. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to dig it slightly differently. I forgot about the fact that these things only go northeast, southwest now. I should have remembered that. That was foolish. Okay, well we can make adjustments as necessary to the tunnel. It's no problem. I just want to place, I want to get the height correct. There seems to be a nice multiplayer bug going on at the moment as well. A little ghosting thing going on there. I'm going to get the height correct so that I can actually... Wow, really? Okay. I'll place it underneath this block so that it can actually... Can't even do that. Page down, are you going to help me out here? There we go, that's what I wanted. Building in survival mode. Guys, you know how much of a fan of this I am, don't you? Oh boy. Grumpy Spanj is about to make an appearance, I think. Right. Whose idea was it to not be able to plonk bases? So yeah, that's another thing. I haven't really gone through all the rules of the server yet, but you have to build bases because bases are protected. They're like protected from PvP. If you want to attack another base, really? What? This one? Or oh, this one? Oh, this one. I literally just placed it, but we're under attack straight away. Wow. Okay, we have drones incoming. There's nothing here. It's literally a core. I'm not in Xerax territory. What are the odds of that? But I see them. 2 drones. Having a little meeting by the looks of it. Are they going to do anything? I don't have a sniper rifle. That can't remember. What's the range? 85 meters on that, 198 on this. They are 300 meters away. Okay, well, I just don't know what they're doing. They're having a little picnic by the looks of it. Which suits me just fine. You guys have a picnic down there. I'm going to carry on placing my foundations. There does also seem to be this thing at the moment where it won't let you place blocks if they're... Yeah, if they're too buried. I don't know where that came in. Since when? That's a thing now. Physically won't place it. It will come up saying no empty space. You see, there's not enough block there to place. It won't let you place it. So for underground bases, that's especially annoying. Okay, well, I gotta go ahead and lay the rest of this, and by the end we should have a nice smooth tunnel. I do have a decent sort of angle of the ground there where I could possibly put a hangar door, but the entire tunnel is in the wrong angle because I forgot about the northeast southwest thing. So there we go. And these drones are still sat there having a little meeting. So that's good. Yeah, we're probably going to find a lot more bugs and stuff in this Let's Play because it is multiplayer. And yeah, multiplayer just... without sounding like I'm being too critical and harsh, is very buggy. Very, very buggy. Anyway, let's fire up the old hover vessel here. We're going to need some thrusters as well, please, boss. Alright. What's the range on my 181 meters? Oh, there we go. They just needed to be shot at. And then they realised, oh hey, yeah, we do have a job to do. It's too late now, you're getting far too shot. They can take a beating though, can't they? Right, let's go and loot these suckers. Oh my, they've gone down quite far actually. Let's take the car. Oof. Good landing. Solid landing. What you got for me? Oh, got some nice components. I'll take it. What you got for me? Oh, some more nice components. I'll also take it. Good job on that spider. I did turn the turret on to predators because I was getting hounded by those goddamn bugs, but I forget they don't even get considered as predators, do they? So, whatever. Whatever. Just gonna deal with them. Right, back to the weird green shadow around the block there. I turned drill mode on there so that I get the extra hover engines engaged. Because I think I probably needed the extra lift to carry what was in that thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build this up. It's mostly just going to be placing arbitrary blocks at this point. And building a sort of silo? I don't know. Some kind of structure around these Autominers, yeah. You know. Let's see what I come up with. Alright, so let's have a quick look to see what I've done here. So I've put a kind of pentagon style structure around the Autominers here. So hopefully we'll protect them for a little bit at least. But this is probably going to be, well, there might be a bit of a central structure to the base eventually. But at the moment, hopefully it's a fairly low key, or it will be a fairly low key building. At the moment it's kind of like, shoot there. But I don't think we've got anything to worry about from our adversaries just yet this early in the game. Anyway. The tunnel that I dug in the wrong direction, in the northeast trajectory, I've managed to kind of save. This tunnel was actually built diagonally, so yeah, it kind of works, but obviously I have to have the door on the entranceway like that in order to put any kind of shutters over there. So yeah, I'll try and figure that out as I go. I've also created another entrance, a sort of back door, if you will, that goes out of the mountain in that direction. Now I'll put defences over there at some point. I've got some sentry guns in here already, but otherwise the base is pretty much completely undefended. A couple of constructors, a few other bits and bobs and stuff. I'm going to fill this with grow plots. Obviously not going to be the main farm for the faction, more as just kind of a backup kind of garden. And then, you know, we've got some internal gubbins, some of the storage and stuff that we'll use to restore the Promethean later on. But I'm hoping to have constructors in all 6 of these spots. A couple of shutter doors over here, hangar door in here maybe. But yeah, I've pretty much run out of resources that I brought with me, so I'm going to have to run back to the main base now and pinch some more. And it's getting to the point where my levels are being restricted because I can't actually unlock the stuff that I want to put in the base, and B, I kind of need a CV to progress further so that we can actually go and trade. Now, the one thing about doing a multiplayer Let's Play is that while I'm in the editing suite or working and other stuff like that, the rest of the faction is still cracking on with things and going through everything fairly quickly. So they, as in my faction, already have a CV and have indeed already done a trade with PvE guys. In fact, they already have quite a few resources to spare as a result. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a broken progression until we get to a certain point where, you know, we've pretty much got everything we need, and it's just a case of getting some CVs out, some proper PvP stuff, and having some fights. Hopefully I can bring you guys at least one base build. We shall see. So, yeah. Here we go. This is what I've managed to acquire so far, so that's pretty good. I'm going to pinch basically as much as I can possibly get away with. And that sounds really harsh, but I need it. So I'm just going to load up a bunch of stuff here into the Earth Mover, hopefully. Not too much, 20 tons should be fine. I don't need things like magnesium, I certainly don't need things like Promethean. I noticed that we're really low on iron though, which is slightly concerning. But hopefully, yeah. So like I said, we trade Promethean. So it looks like we've got half a container at the moment ready to go. They've done pretty well. They've done pretty well. I mean, you know, I haven't been directing this at all. I've been mostly absent. So these guys have been doing this on their own, which is great. But yeah, iron definitely looks like it's a bit of a problem. Hopefully we can get some iron off the PvE guys soon. Plenty of crushed stone though. Maybe we can turn that into iron ore. Anyway, this should do. Got some T3 Autominers, which is nice. 32 Autominer cores, which is excellent. Guys have been running around picking up POIs, picking up the Autominer cores from POIs on different planets already. So, yeah. Hopefully we'll get to do that before they destroy them all. This should have to do, well, this will have to do at the moment because I'm not going to remove another 500 iron from the base when there's only a stack left in reserve. So that will have to do. What I'm also going to do is borrow some food. So let me take another couple of ration packs here. That's okay. This is quite a little compact base. This is just something that we threw together at the start of the game. So there's not really much to it. That's kind of it, really. But this is why I'm building a second base, which is much bigger. Has a lot more storage potential. And yeah, hopefully I'll attach a massive garden to it at some point as well. Anyway, let's get back. Alright, so with a bit of back and forth back to the main base that the guys are working on, I've managed to plop down a few plots here. Some grow lights. I love the look of these new grow lights. I think they look badass. The lighting on them looks really cool. Ventilator block, so we should be able to get some oxygen throughout the base. Now, it's a breathable planet. As you can see, the oxygen icon is already lit up. But I always like to put a vent in when I've got a garden, because if we do get like a heat wave or a cold front or some kind of weather, it can kill plants. So your ventilator keeps that nice and stable regardless of the weather. So I'm just waiting for some O2 bottles to come through right now. We should be able to actually fill up already. So let's do that. 14. That gives us 29%. That should be enough to fire up the old. Yeah, there we go. We should now have oxygen flying around everywhere, which we do. Cool. So In that case, I need to now connect to the fridge. Well, technically I could just loot the fridge. Disconnect from that altogether, because I have some sprouts and some spoiled food. Lovely. So let's start with pumpkins. 4 of those. Now I might need to... Oh, okay. I might need to only plant some of the things that I have rather than all of them in order to get more, because I'm a bit low on spice and a bit low on the big flowers. So spice, if I leave an extra plot or 2 for spice there and an extra plot for a big flower there, then hopefully, I mean, I don't think I need this many pear things actually. And you can have another spice there as well. What else did I bring? Space orange and fiber plants. I haven't placed any fiber plants. To be honest, fiber plants can... I don't need them. I don't need them. Because I could just chop down some trees. But anyway, hopefully they'll start growing. As soon as I get some more spice and some more big flowers, I can make more sprouts and fill the rest of this garden up. So the only other thing really is I've got this kind of tower here, which is kind of my only defense of this base really at the moment. I need to create several more of these towers, and plus the only turret I can really build and build ammo for is the cannon turret, the lowly old faithful cannon turret. So this is just stacked with cannon turrets at the moment. They've got a decent range on them, so they should be able to protect me from drones for the most part. There's nothing really of value over that side of the base anyway, probably Autominers under that dome. But again, they're replaceable for the most part. So the key stuff is inside, which A is underground, and B has this thing sat on top of it. So hopefully, which should be relatively protected, at least until I can put up more towers all over the place and have a proper coverage. The other thing I was thinking about doing as well is sort of building off of this tower in one direction, probably that direction there, from that side, like an SV hangar bay, just so we have more buildings out here. I think the more you can spread a base out and the more you can give attackers to shoot at, the more stamina that it has, you know. I don't know. But yeah, this is what we got so far anyway. I'm solar powered now as well, so that's pretty good. Let me just hit up one of these ration packs. There we go, living off these things. Yeah, solar powered, all 15. So that should be keeping me relatively, yeah, I'm sitting on 56% battery for a while. So that's pretty good. But as soon as I add more constructors and stuff like that in here, then that obviously is going to become less effective. At the moment, because the base is so small, it's pretty effective. And here we go, radiated fog. It's like, I can't even write this stuff. Bang on cue. Radiated fog. This is why you have ventilators in your gardens, because this fog just gets in. It won't at the moment because that is force fielded. This is force fielded. So you can see the rads. My radiation outside is 5.5. Inside it's 0. Still, one little hull breach, one little mistake can remove a block by accident, and this whole thing could have died. So always go with the ventilator if you can. So my next task really is to get a CV in. This will make me a lot more mobile. I could take the Earth Mover and the Nightshade with me with the short hauler here. This is absolutely not PvP approved, of course. This is just something to get me up and actually into space, because, well, as you can see, like, yeah, I haven't been anywhere, you know. So we got 2 planets. There's a space playfield here and a DMZ between us and the other side. So that's the plan. But the Neo is a serious problem. We don't have any in stock back at the main base, and so we're gonna have to go out and try and find some. That could be interesting. Now hopefully I can find some maybe like wrecked ships, wrecked CVs on other planets. But to get to the other planets, I need to go and get the Nightshade and fill her up with some pentaxid and go warpy warps. I wonder, first of all, small vessel, shield generator. This is one thing about the Nightshade, the Mark V at least, is I left a space specifically for polarized hull. Now if I can build that, I can fit that in the Nightshade, then she's got a little bit more protection, which is excellent. Now, can I build that here, or do I need an advanced constructor? I believe I need an advanced constructor for that one. In fact, it should tell me. What's that? Blue and red. Large and advanced. Oh. Right. So that should be in here then. Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing. Fool! Okay, yeah, I need a lot of the more rare materials which are actually back at base. So let's just go back to the main base. And we'll come back here. Because once I get a CV, and once I get a bit more mobile, I can actually start filling this up with more resources like the rares and stuff like that. And turn it into a fully functional base. One of the things that the guys were very, very good at setting up was a little log here of all the Autominers that we've got currently. And it looks like Odd, which is our moon actually, has got a Neo Autominer on it. So that's going to be a first stop. Let's check out Odd. After that, looks like we've got Anubis and Loga. You've got the rares on them, but I'm pretty sure when I designed this damn thing, I put Neo in other places too. Hopefully I can find another source, because that one on Odd really isn't cutting it at the moment. And we got a lot of sort of ships and stuff that we want to be building, so we're going to have to secure that Neo. This is the Nightshade Mark V. She's actually been sat here for a while, bless her. What we got? We got base. Pentaxid has got some pentaxid in there already, which is excellent. We've got a lot of unrefined. Here we go. Here's some refined. Let's pop that over. That's it full. Let's put a bit of reserve in there just in case. And hopefully we won't get stranded somewhere out in space. Now the other thing was we wanted to build a shield generator, didn't we? We wanted to build a polarized hull generator thing. Let's see if we can pop that on the old constructor down here. That one's in use. Oh. God damn it, Johnny. We got Pentaxid moving there. Let's just cancel that because I put that on. Shield generator, please. Oh, damn. What are we short on there? Do you think that's Neo? Oh no. Let's see if we can move some stuff around. Because we've got in here, we've got our ingots. We've got a bit of Neo and a bit of a restroom in there. I don't think it was the restroom that was the problem. The ore. It's almost certainly the Neo and possibly the Sathium. Let's move some Sathium over there as well then. And now we can build a shield generator. Excellent. This could take a while. So on the Mark V Nightshade, I left a bit of a space on the back here. It's a little bit awkward. You do have to get it right. You have to first of all make sure it's rotated around the right way. But then you can just place the shield generator right in there. There's already a pentaxid tank because obviously you've got a warp drive. And yeah, you're good to go. You are good to go. Now I wouldn't suggest turning the shield on until you actually need it, because she runs a bit hot on the old generator side of things with that. So the only other thing we need, I've just realised, is O2. We nearly left without oxygen then. That could have been embarrassing. Base. 9 canisters. Perfect. Let's put a little bit more in reserve as well. I'm going to take all 6 of those because I'm greedy. Alright. Let's go. Let's go to Odd. Check out the Neo up there. And then we'll have a little scoot around the other planets. See what else we got. Well, instantly I'm regretting not bringing those T3 Autominers with me. I should have brought those with me. Let's link to this container because I didn't think about it. I just thought, hey, let's go get the Autominers that are already up there, thinking they'd be T3, and no, damn T1. So that'll be why we got slow. And there's only one. So yeah, I should have definitely brought one with me, because then I could have placed my own one here. So I've completely not only screwed this mission up, as per bloody usual. You know, I don't like to disappoint you guys. This is what you've come to expect. So yeah, Okay, well, I'll go get the other Neo, because I think there's one more Neo deposit on this moon. Yeah, there's two here. Hopefully they've both got Autominers. Otherwise I'll head back and grab some Autominers and some fusion cells and come back up here and actually put some second ones down. And then eventually we need to build bases around these deposits so that they're protected. As the other PvP guys could come along and just pop our Autominers, take everything they've picked up and then run away. Whereas if they've got a base around them, they're a little bit more protected. In fact, I think this is one of ours here. Yes, the Promethean deposits. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about. A little defensive post. Obviously, we're still very early game, so they're a bit simple at the moment. Here's the other Neo. These have an Autominer. Hey, this one's got two. Still only T1s. Hopefully I can take home what these guys are putting out. Well, hopefully this will give us a little bit more Neo now. That is a T3. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Other kind of troller here. Oh, I forgot to unload the Neo that I had in my inventory, but that's fine. We can do this bit by bit, no problem. And allow faction access, very important. Can that go? Can that? No. Okay. Yeah. No, not really. Okay. I'll just keep it. I'll just keep it on me. No problem. If I put another one back on the other Neo deposit as well, hopefully next time I come around here, there'll be a lot more neodymium to be had. Should hopefully unlock a few more CVs for us. But while that's all cooking, I'm going to be a cheeky bastard and steal all the Neo that we have from the Incas thing. Just so we can tick that one off. I think I'm going to need pretty much all of that for the short hauler here. Just under 200, I think. There we go, using exactly the right measurements. Iron, surprisingly, is another issue that we have. Let me just put that Neo back. Nothing to see here. Do. Yeah, iron, weirdly. As you can see, we've only got one stack of it in there. And barely any of it in there. We are quite short on the iron. We could go and dismantle maybe the abandoned drone base that we captured. Would give us a lot of iron plate. So that might be quite good. The other option is that we find some iron deposits. I don't know if orbit, I think Promethean, Sathium, Promethean, iron and Promethean. So over Logi there is an iron asteroid. If I could find that, that will yield a decent amount. The epic drill that Dragoon found and gave me, or lent me rather, would make short work of that asteroid if we could find it. However, these planets we've got Promethean, copper, Sathium, and there's iron deposits down there, but deposits don't regenerate, so we'd have to put Autominers down, which take time. And I know that PvE, the guys that we're supposed to be trading with, that live sort of up here somewhere, they are struggling for iron as well, and basics and stuff. For the moment, their supply lines are not open, but we do have the Promethean to sell to them, but they have not quite got what we need to buy yet, so we're having to scrounge what we can. So to get this thing in the air, I need, well, just over 400 iron. But I also need carbon substrate. Fortunately, carbon substrate is quite easy to make, and we have plenty of it. One. You're making those. I'll get you making some carbon substrate, please, sir. So with the carbon substrate done, literally our next mission is iron, and that will require us to go flying about and warpy warps into space. So I hope you guys join me then. But that is all for today. A bit of a sort of random kind of random run around and weird base building bits and stuff. Hope you enjoyed anyway. I hope you enjoyed. This is the thing with multiplayer. It's kind of a bit random. Everything sort of happens quite fast because your faction mates are helping you. Everything's a bit disjointed. It's not as linear as single player. You know, you're just sort of bounding from one extreme to the next kind of thing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and hopefully I'll see you for the next one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.